Chesson Boucher with NBC 33 here in Baton Rouge. New coaching staff, new system. Kind of what is your impression from spring ball so far?
Spring ball has been very intense. Since day one, we were flying around offense and defense. It's really been fun, getting to compete every day. That's something that most teams try to shy away from. Spring ball's fitting puzzle pieces, but for us, spring ball was just flying around, competing, having fun every day.
Yeah, Davhon, just maybe how has the experiences you had last year kind of helped you for kind of this offseason? You obviously were thrust into a pretty big role last year with Witt kind of battling some injuries and things of that nature. Just what do you think you took from last season and how you've tried to improve your own game going into this offseason?
The experience definitely was very helpful. It showed me what I needed to improve on and what I need to focus on in this offseason and, of course, the spring. Definitely been a priority. Getting pass coverage, being more patient in man, filling out the zone where the quarterback's trying to read, and just getting in those throwing windows.
How much continuity do you feel like you have? Your coaches are all back. A lot of your players are back on the defensive side of the ball so far this spring.
I'd say it's, for the most part, very similar. The only thing different is, of course, we're going against a tempo offense every day, and Lane loves throwing looks at you that you've never seen before. So we have to throw in some extra adjustments, some extra checks, maybe some extra calls for things that you don't see on a normal basis. But it's helpful because those things that you don't normally see are the things you'll end up seeing on Saturday, fourth quarter, when the game's on the line. That's when you need it.
Davhon, remind me, because I'm blanking. Were you an early enrollee?
I was.
Okay, so this is your third spring?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so third spring with Blake. So I guess from an evolution standpoint, how much have you seen him just over the last 3 springs, 2.5 seasons really? How much you just sort of seen him evolve as a defensive play caller? And are there things maybe now that you guys are doing that you maybe didn't do a couple of springs ago?
Definitely the way he teaches the defense. His first year here, he was still trying to understand how we learned, understand what was the best way to teach what he wanted. And this spring, it's been like night and day. Like since day one, everyone's able to understand easily. We're all able to easily make those checks. And he's taught it in a way where we understand the whole defense. So not just what we have to do, but where we fit in the whole defense.
Yeah, just some of your teammates. What's it like having TJ out there and kind of bringing him along as well? And now that Witt is back and a little bit more full speed, I guess, what is that like to have like his vocal presence out there?
It's definitely really good for the defense. They're both 2 high-energy guys that love flying around. They love leading. And that's really what you need in the defense. You need your linebackers to be your leaders, to be your communicators, to get everybody lined up to make sure everything's correct. So having those 2 and myself, it really boosts that defense.
Hey, Davhon, have you seen the offense improve throughout spring? Have they, gotten better and got more progress going on, like trying to get everyone on the same page? Have you seen that so far?
Yeah, since day one, they've definitely improved. Of course, Lane's teaching new offense as well to new guys. And so at first, things were a little rocky, still trying to get their alignments and get the timing proper. But from day one to now, it's been a drastic difference. They are sometimes hitting those explosive plays. They're getting lined up like that in that tempo. You could definitely see it showing.
Two-parter here. So first, where have you seen the most growth maybe in the team throughout spring? And then the other part is, more importantly, I think Lane's had the aux cord for most of spring practice. How would you grade, just like on a letter system, how he's done with the DJing at practice?
So I'll start with the music question. Honestly, it's not my cup of tea, but whatever he likes listening to, As for the biggest improvement, I'd definitely say probably our DBs. They had a huge role to fill, missing AJ, missing Mansour, DJ, PJ, they both stepped up to the plate. All the other guys, the early enrollees, the transfers, those guys have really been impressive. The safeties, Fahim, Buck, they've been, flying around. And I think overall that group has been the most impressive and has been the biggest improvement.
Coach Baker in the cleats. Have you ever had a coach come out in cleats, and has he shown you up once or twice?
I've not had a coach come out in cleats, but Coach Baker's afraid of me. You know, he goes against everyone else, but hasn't gone against me.
I was just curious your take on Dylan Jones so far, the running back, and it just seems like he does a little bit of everything. He's real involved. What do you see out of him?
He's definitely a very physical back, and that's exactly what you need in the SEC. You know, whether it comes to pass blocking, run blocking, everything he does is physical, everything he does is fast, and I definitely love what he brings to the table. I love the physicality, I love the effort, I love the intent that he brings every day.
Yeah, same thing. Just what do you see in the offensive line? I know you're not obviously on the line, but like, is there a marked improvement there?
Yeah, there's been a lot of improvement there, and I'd say the main improvement has been the physicality. You know, last year our run blocking was a little iffy at times, but this year they're all working on the string, they're all working together, they're combo blocks, they're, you know, moving the D tackles, they're working to the second level, and that's exactly what you look for in the O-line, and I'm really excited to see them.
Davhon, there's several of you guys back from last year's team. I'm curious how much, say, the last half of last football season and into the offseason, how much it just sort of changed the guys coming back and how much you guys have sort of allowed that to bleed over into what you're able to do this spring.
I think the way the season ended last year definitely helped build that camaraderie. You know, losing your coach mid-season, it relies on the players now to basically lead the program. And of course, Coach Wilson did a great job stepping in, but it took a more leadership approach from the players, and that's definitely carried into this year. Whether you're a starter, backup, special teams player, you see that sense of leadership, whether it's someone coming in late or someone not doing the right thing. Everybody's ready to step up, correct, and, you know, help the team grow.
You talk about losing your coach last year and whatnot. The goals of getting this program back to where it wants to be, and as you approach this summer, what do you think this summer is going to be like in terms of the work and the dedication moving forward?
We're definitely all going to put our head down and work hard this summer. We know what we came here to do. We didn't come here to, you know, 8, 9 wins. We came here to go to the playoffs, win the Natty. So we're all on the same goal, and we're going to work hard. We're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to show up early, going to go hard every day. Thank you. Thank y'all.